This is a super mega awesome project in review from the viewpoints of Marilyn Long, Zach Preisner, and Andy Garcia. This project was challenging because it tested our skills in researching and technology by having us research questions we made connecting to Romeo and Juliet along with the real world. The technology in the project was also challenging because it requires us to use all of our resources that we have used previously in the class. One of my phase 1 research questions is why do people die? I answered this question by looking at multiple documents online down on EBSCOhost. Another question I answered from phase 1 is what happens to us when we die? That also connects to my other research question, is there an afterlife? I answered all these questions by not just looking at one article, but many and picking the right one. Another research question from phase 3 was the story of Romeo and Juliet is a very tragic story filled with death and emotion for the one you love. Do things like suicide for the one you love still occur today? I was able to look this up and answer it by seeing what other cases fit my questions.
This project has been one of the most challenging ones I've ever completed because of the extensive research I had to do, along with creativity and collaboration that had to be used. One of my questions that I researched during phase 1 was, why do women live longer than men? In order to answer this question, I looked up that exact question on Google with the filter for just.edu and .gov websites and found a few articles that helped answer my question. I then went through those articles and found evidence that would help me form a claim, and I found that women live longer than men because they succumb to heart disease later and take better care of their health, among other things. During phase 2, one of my questions was, Tybalt seemed to hate Romeo already. Will he be responsible for his death? As it turns out, Tybalt did play a big role in Romeo's death as he indirectly banished him from Verona. He killed Mersudia, one of Romeo's best friends, which infuriated him and made Romeo challenge him to a duel that ended with Tybalt dead. Romeo was banished for what he did, meaning he could no longer see Juliet, which spiraled downwards until eventually the two lovers killed themselves. So in a way, yes, Tybalt was responsible for Romeo's death.
This so-called super mega awesome project was not so awesome, or super, but it was a mega project. This project requires so much collaboration, a skill which I have great understanding towards too, but still being in training. A question that I had during our phase 1 period was, which country has the highest death rates and why? One thing that made this task difficult was finding a source that can be relied on, so I decided to dive in a bit more in researching about research. After doing that, I narrowed down my articles and statistics to well-known corporations, and such then I managed to find my source. It turns out that the country with the highest death rates is South Africa, and the reason why this is so is because a huge epidemic known as HIV/AIDS has been hitting on South Africa very hard. During our phase 2 period, one of my research questions was, Juliet managed to fake her own death to be with Romeo. In the real world, what would have happened if somebody faked their own death? Would it be illegal or not? It turns out that doing such a thing isn't illegal. It's only illegal when you want to collect something out of it, such as insurance money.
As a guild, we ran into some challenges, but overcame them and produced a well-made final project that checked all the boxes that needed to be checked. One of these challenges was collaborating in a successful way as we all had passionate opinions on what we wanted, but in the end, we came together and worked as a team. We all had to rely on one another and get their part done on time, and trust played a major role in this project. Overall, we think that we did the absolute best we could do on this project and are proud of the work we have done in this truly super mega awesome project.